row one. Coming to the green flag, the Overton's 400 underway.
I'm a little surprised right there for Ryan Blaney to be able to clear his teammate. Menard on the back straightaway. Thought Menard would be able to get around Ryan there and get the lead, but now Menard's battling for second place with Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott trying to take that spot right away. Menard falling back just a bit. Down to the apron they go. Elliott takes second. Everyone chasing Ryan Blaney.
That track position for Chase is critical, even that one position. I think that he can have an amazing day today if he can keep this type of track position. If he loses this track position early, it'll be hard for him to get back into the top 5.
And Paul Menard not the start he wanted as we ride along with Kurt Busch. You hear it hitting the racetrack. This track is exceptionally rough. Drove down in turn 3, bottomed out.
Still 2x2, fighting for positions. You see Kevin Harvick trying to move toward the front after a less than perfect qualifying run yesterday.
And that fight for track position that Junior just talked about, it happens right now. All these positions matter. It's so difficult to pass. It looks to me like the bottom of 3 and 4 right now may be better. See if Kevin Harvick can clear him. The 20 car of Eric Jones, he's able to clear him. 1 and 2, I think you can maybe migrate to the top a little quicker than you can in 3 and 4.
3 wide for position. Eric Jones on the high side. McMurray right in the middle. William Byron in the 24. He chooses the apron that time by.
We saw it yesterday in the Xfinity race. The bottom was the quickest for about 20 laps. We see Larson already up on the high side. It took him about 20 laps before he really started to work that outside Xfinity race yesterday.
Well, Larson isn't the only one at the top of the racetrack. We mentioned the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. started all the way back outside the top 35. It looks calm right here. Well, that's because he's already driven himself up to the 19th position. He has passed a bunch of cars already, 11 cars already, now working on the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger in front of him, doing a great job recovering.
Let's see if Jamie McMurray can make the outside work. See that run he gets on corner exit. He's going to get to the outside of Eric Jones. Eric has nothing he can do. Kyle Larson's going to try to make that move with him. Marty.
And Jeff, it might be simply stated, but Martin Truex Jr. told me before the race, he said if we're going to get to the front, we need to be able to work on the bottom or the top. We've seen him do that both here in the first 5 laps, but he told me in this first stage, I expect to score points. So he expects to be in the top 10 before this first stage is over with. But Jeff, you got to be able to work everywhere on the racetrack if you want to come from the back to the front.
Well, that's exactly right, but that's one of the great things about this racetrack. You can use every groove. If you catch somebody there on the bottom, go to the top. The only difficult part about that, Junior, is your car's got to let you do it. If your car's not good enough on the top, it won't work. So a good handling car and a driver willing to go there, this is a great racetrack.
You had mentioned the drivers that had run in the Xfinity Series. 3 of the drivers that ran yesterday are in the top 9 right now, including Kyle Larson, who won the race, currently running second. Let's listen into the 48 radio.
Gets up to us, you tell him to block. If he starts to go down the bottom, you tell Jimmy to go down the bottom, just park it. You got it.
There you have it. Race leader Eric Almirola coming up behind the 48, and you just heard it. Block him. Well, it didn't work because Almirola is going to go by trying to put that 48 a lap down.
He's going to fight for it. I mean, you got to. Not much of a fight there off of the corner, but Jimmy's car's just not driving well enough for him to really put up much of a fight. I mean, it's obviously getting lapped here by Eric, and Eric, I mean, it's HR. They're fast. I mean, teammate was flying earlier. We're going to see off of turn 2, man. Jimmy just wheeling it. And that's the thing, man. I mean, you got a car that's not driving that well. That's when you get time to think about how miserable you are inside that car.
And amazingly, a little over a year ago, Eric Almirola suffered a compression fracture in a crash at Kansas. Now he comes out of turn 4. He's going to win his first ever stage in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Almirola wins stage 1. There's 1 and 2. And now the white flag comes out one more time around for stage 2. This is the final lap of stage 2.
Big run.
Here comes the 4 on the high side with momentum. It'll be a great battle as they go through 3 and 4. Kurt Busch is going to be able to hold off Kevin Harvick.
No.
through the middle of the track.
He ain't.
Harvick, momentum. Can he keep it up? The Ford takes him all the way up to the wall. And Kevin Harvick's going to win.
Wow, that was awesome.
Man, I love stage racing. That was awesome.
That was so fun. I can't help it. I'm trying to stay quiet there.
Jumped up on the outside and he gave him no room, pulled all the air off the side of him. You know, with the stage win in hand, he didn't run up there by the wall. He got his left side on Kurt Busch's right side, pulled the air off of him, stole that win.
The closer.
That's right.
He closed it.
He closed.
That's
on
what I'm talking
stage
about.
2.
When they talk about teammates, I don't want to hear about teammates. I want to hear about winning.
Look at this run. Teammates? Nope, throw that out the window. They're fighting for that stage point, that playoff point. It's on the line. All the way up against the wall. Harvick wins it. Coming up on 10 laps to go. These two have finished 7 times between Cup and Xfinity Series races. The guy who's always finished out front has been Kyle Busch. Could that change today? Kyle Larson chasing down that 18.
Good run right there off turn 2. You see the gap getting smaller. With the 10 to go, it's hard to get your mind in, hey, I don't have to get it all in one lap. You know, you can't push too hard and make a mistake if you're Kyle Larson. But that lap traffic, that really hurt Kyle Busch right there.
Big time.
This shows you how good Kyle Busch is. He just went by Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott's average finish at this racetrack before today, 2.5. Here comes the 42. He's moving to the middle of the racetrack now.
He's forced to go there because of the lap cars and the advantage the 18 lost in 3 and 4. He gained it back.
Yeah, it actually may have hurt Larson more than it hurt Busch.
Busch back to the bottom of the racetrack. Larson, his comfort zone up against the wall. Look at the momentum he has coming off the wall.
Big run right there. That was solid throttle in the center of the corner by the 42, man. He is digging up there. It's a slick racetrack. We can't express that enough. Oh, he's going to the bottom here. 1 and 2.
How about that, Junior? Went to the bottom.
It surprised me. Because Kyle Busch has been running the top of 1 and 2, but he's entering about a car length lower, so there's still some good air on the outside of that 18, between the 18 and the ball, entering the corner for Larson.
Larson must just feel like he doesn't have it. Oh, he got
into the wall. The 42 got up into the wall, barely brushed it, but that slowed him down enough with 7 laps to go.
All right.
The gap, still a second.
I got the right rear pretty bad.
As a crew chief and a spotter, I want to hear that. If I'm Kyle Busch, I want to hear that the 42 just brushed the wall, so that can calm me down a little bit and I don't make a mistake.
See right here, he's just trying to run that wall and just oversteps it just a touch. Gets into the wall a little bit. Obviously had to be out of the throttle while he was in the wall. Didn't give up a ton of time with that, but with only 6 laps to go, it may be enough. Kelly.
And Kyle Busch's spotter did relay that information to Kyle. Immediately said the 42 just wiped the right side of the car off. So Kyle has that information.
Yeah, that's going to calm me down. I don't want to. Kyle, he's racing 10 tenths, man, and you got to. But if I get that information, it gives me a little confidence that the guy's back there making mistakes and running as hard as he can.
I think Kyle Larson's move to the bottom in 1 and 2 the lap before he actually got into the wall was the signal that he didn't think he was catching him fast enough. He had to try something different. So not only did he try to do something in 1 and 2 by running the bottom, he tried to do something different in 3 and 4 also. Tried to carry a little more speed, just crossed the bounds and got in the wall.
With 5 to go, he just dropped two tenths off. He was 2 tenths faster right there. So this race ain't over yet, but laps are running out.
He's got to hope this lap traffic holds Kyle Busch up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Kyle Busch, 4 wins on the season already. 3 of those were consecutive, and again, now.
It's Newman, man.
Yes. Newman doesn't want to get past.
I mean, Kyle Busch is mad. That right there has sent Kyle Busch over the edge. That Newman raced him off the corner and cost him the ability to get back into the throttle off of turn 4.
Here comes Newman again, right onto the back bumper of that 18.
Expect the guys to give you a little bit more leeway when you're racing for a win. But Newman is Newman. That's what we expect. He's going to race you no matter what.
Well, now
these
they're
2 cars, yeah, there you go, Steve. That's the worst thing he wants to see.
And one of them is his brother. Wonder what Kurt's going to do here. Wonder what Kyle's going to do. What line's he going to run? He's running behind these guys.
He's stuck behind them.
Oh, yeah, this could cost him a ton of... Oh, look at
contact there.
This could cost him a ton of time.
The 18 to the inside.
Here comes Newman again.
Here comes Larson.
Will this outer lane
Little contact there again. The 18 slides up the racetrack. The 17 right in front of the 42. Now the 17 hindering the 42's progress. 3 laps to go. Now down to 2.
This is crazy.
Larson again trying to get up to the wall.
Kyle Busch to the bottom here. What kind of run does Kyle Larson get off of this corner?
Kurt Busch right up in front of the 42. Now he moves out of the way. Nobody in between the 18 and 42.
Kyle Busch again to the bottom. Another opportunity for Larson to get a huge run.
Coming up on 1 lap to go. And there's the gap between 1 and 2. Kyle Busch. And here comes Larson. Larson to the bottom of the track.
Slide job.
Trying to take the lead away.
Slide job. Almost.
The momentum. The 18. They make contact. The 18 into the wall. They're side by side again. Going into 3 for the lead. Larson has the advantage. Here comes the 18. He puts the bumper to the back of him. The 18 into the wall. The 42 sideways.
Where's Harvick?
Here comes the 18. Kyle Busch will win.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my man. What a race. What a great race.
That's what it means to win in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Never give up, guys. Never give up.
Look at the thumbs up, though. Look at the thumbs up.
Respect.
Yes.
That's good racing.
Kyle put that big slide job on Kyle Busch.
And Jeff, he has to know that opened the door, right? That's where
right.
the thumbs up came from.
That's right.
The move he made on the 18 off 2, the 18 retaliated in 3 and 4. That's hard racing. I'd love to see that harder racing and a thumbs up from the guy who didn't go to victory lane.
Absolutely.
Kyle Busch wins in the Monster Energy Cup Series for the 5th time this year. Look at the right front tire's going to come off. The crowd went wild on the last lap.
We went wild.
Can he even do a burnout? The right front tire's not even on the car. He parks it right on the start-finish line. Kyle Busch. What an incredible performance. The signature bow to the crowd after he grabs the checkered flag. Kyle Busch, 48 career wins, and what a career it is already. The 2015 Cup Series champion. Let's go to Rutledge Wood.
Kyle Busch hopping out of the car, grabbing that checkered flag. Kyle, that was a crazy race to the finish. You and Kyle Larson, he gave you a thumbs up as everything's going on. Man, how did that shake down there for you two?
I don't know, just I got really boxed in behind lap cars and got really slow, and then was just trying to get all I could there the last couple laps. And Larson tried to pull a slider, didn't quite complete it, slid up into me, used me, and then I kind of used him as a little bit of a break getting into 3, and was able to come back for the victory, you know. So great thing for this Skittles Camry, all these guys. I mean, we were horrible today, absolutely horrendous, and we just never gave up. We just always kept working on it and kept making the most of it, and got to where we needed it right there at the end, and was able to lead all those laps. And if it wasn't for lap traffic, it wouldn't even have been a race. I don't know what y'all are whining about, but if you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch.
Man, racing all the way to the end, Kyle, we know how cold it is here. You kept saying plowing, plowing, plowing. Your team made the changes. You got back up front. Did you see Harvick when you guys started beating and banging just then? Did you think you could still make it to the finish line first?
I had no clue where third place was. I just thought it was a race between Larson and I. And, you know, when you start banging doors on one another, that's what it turns the race into, and it's fair game after that. So, you know, if he would have raced fair game off of 2 and not banged doors, then we would have been just fine into turn 3. But it's the way it goes sometimes. And proud to get ourselves another win here at Chicagoland. It's been a long time, and pretty cool going to victory lane.